Good morning, good morning. Yes, I want to put this video up for my Sunset Journey channel. Yeah, it's April 8th, 2020. I think it's Wednesday. And the time is now 5:37 a.m. Yeah, it's still dark outside. And some of the buildings, two of them, one of them I have on camera here, they use the windows and they put like they're making a shape of a heart. And there's another one to the right of the one that you see in vision. I thought that was nice. It came out a couple of days ago. Very clever. Yeah, it's a virus scare. It's been going on in the U.S. now for one whole month. 1 month about. Oh, they put the crisis in officially on the 16th of March. Yeah, today's April 8th. It's Passover, yeah, 2020. And I want to discuss things that have been happening in my family. Um, yeah, I'm still kind of sleepy, but I want to get it down. Yeah, I went to bed upset. I was venting about a conversation I had with a family member. It's like some things never quit, and you're really wishful that some people will mature, but they're not. And it doesn't matter. The theme is that you can do for someone, but they keep revealing their true character, and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I did start to argue a little bit with this family member. This person never ceases to amaze me, and just trying to maneuver something here. Yeah, they never cease to amaze me. Um, my feelings were hurt, but I really shouldn't let it get the best of me. Um, yeah, it's been quite a while since I put up content on Sunset Journey. Um, to back up just a little bit, maybe two weeks ago at the most, my mother hasn't been um, well. I got scared. Um, I had gotten a text that she was acting peculiar. Oh, no, first she was coughing, and that the following morning she had a slight fever. Now, those are two keen examples of symptoms for this, what they call coronavirus or COVID 19, it's also known as. And they told me that she would, like later on the day at 3 o'clock, video conferencing with the doctor. And upon that time, the doctor said, yes, bring her into the hospital. And when she arrived, they did tests. They x-rayed her to see if her lungs were filled. And then they released her. They said that she's in perfect health. I don't know how someone could be in perfect health if they're coughing up a storm the day before and a slight fever in the morning. upon their arrival to the hospital. And also, she was sleeping the whole day. I think it was on a Wednesday. I could be wrong. Tuesday or Wednesday. And let's see, she's stayed in bed the whole day. So she never came down for breakfast. She never had her medications. Um, and when I was informed of the information, she was still asleep. And I told this family member, this person who was watching over her, to at least, stay in the room, make sure she's breathing, because she was sleeping the whole day. And I was a concern, excuse me, I was very concerned for her safety. And so I was notified when she was to go to the hospital. How did it go now? I know at one point, yeah, I think I was text the message that should be going to the doctors. And so I called the house number to really wish, give my, you know, goodbyes to her. Um, because they were saying that she was getting incoherent, and I got scared. Um, yeah, I was frightened for her life. I thought, my God, that's being a COVID-19, and you cannot. At least I was led to believe that you cannot go visit in the hospital. But actually, that they were there. The people who drove her, two family members, got her to the hospital, and one was in the room and one was outside the room. Um, at the hospital room for her. So yeah, they weren't asked to leave. But either way, I don't think anybody extra, like I could have just leave my house and go to the hospital and get in. They wouldn't have allowed that. And so when I was hearing that she was incoherent, I did call, and I just wanted to give, in essence, my last goodbyes. Yeah, because I'm thinking the worst, and that she may not come to. Because just like my father, he was not coherent at the end. He's kind of delirious. And so I thought the same thing was happening to my mother. And I wanted her to hear my voice one last time. And so I called the house number to give my goodbyes, just to catch them just before they left, because they were on their way to the hospital. And so a family member said, "Oh, well, she can't come to the phone right now." And she was telling me, "Well, she's not well and she's incoherent." I said, "Yes, I heard that you're on your way, but I just wanted to give a quick," I actually said hello, but I really meant my goodbyes. And the person refused. And they didn't say it mean or anything like that, but I think it's like a power game, and that they had the power to say you can talk to or not talk to. And she's right there. They were in my mom's room, and you hear my mom in the background. I said, please, I just want to just say hello and then you just go to the hospital. I know you're on your way. That's why I'm calling. And the person refused. So that's a power thing. I mean, it's not like she stopped breathing or something and they're just racing her to the hospital. It wasn't like that. And again, she did arrive at the hospital and they said she's in perfect health. So what happened from like a quarter to four or around quarter to four, 4 o'clock when I actually called because the doctor's appointment, yeah, that's right, that was around 3:30, and at 3:48 they text me, another family member texts me that they're on their way to the hospital. And so that's why I called right away just to, you know, say goodbye, my last goodbyes, actually. But I said I just want to give a quick hello and then just go. So that happened roughly two weeks ago. But during that time, uh, another family gets sick. In fact, I found out that they were sick when my mother was sick. Someone else told me who was there at the house that this other individual, was sleeping the whole day there because they weren't well. And they didn't tell me that they weren't well. And in fact, they were telling me that the other caretaker was around someone who had a cold. And they were argumentative against that person, that you can spread disease over to our mother. So, isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? This is really foolish. Really, really foolish. So, in actuality, there were two sick people in that house. They may have had a mask on, but either way, that's a no no. Um, so, this person is still sick, and their fever keeps going yo yo. And I found, they told us, was it could have been 3 days ago, that they called 911 to have the paramedics come. Paramedics came and took their vitals, and they said that they can't do anything more for him. But if they cannot breathe, they have problems breathing, I'm sorry, to call them back or to get to the hospital. I found out that there's a test. It's a little hand. It's a portable thing. It's like it fits in the palm of your hand, and it pricks your finger, and it reads um, to find out if you have the virus. Now, this type of thing wasn't even used for this family member. Okay, wouldn't that be um, make common sense? Now, this thing's been going on New York for over 2 weeks, and they were watching all this drama over in China, and they knew that this thing is going to spread. I'm pretty sure they would know that because you have a very heavy Chinese community here in the United States. They have a lot of commerce between the two. So you're going to bring in people from there to here. And no, this is not an anti Chinese rant. No, it's just using common sense. And yes, it did spread here because there is commerce between China and the US. In fact, much of our goods, the majority of the goods that we get here, is shipped over from China. That's all they're not coming from. It's not anything against Chinese people. None of the sort. That's not my sentiment here. And I like people, I like meeting people from China, so it's not an anti Chinese statement, just an FYI. But either way, um, it did come to the US and with a vengeance. And New York City is the epicenter of this coronavirus. So, what was that? What was I getting at now? Yeah, so it's been working on my emotions. I've been really, really submerged in videos about the coronavirus. I listened to all the news reports with Trump on and other people discuss, the mayor and the governor of New York about this coronavirus. And I'm very sensitive. It's starting to get at me. I'm starting to get anxiety attacks, like a, like in that feeling in the center of my chest. It's starting to develop again because of the stress. I've been really preoccupied with this thing. Um, so this family member who's now fighting a fever at home, I feel sorry for that individual because they talk about, that they need food. Um, so I told him about 311 that he can call um, for information regarding the virus. It was something. I forget what it was. Maybe it could have been for food or something, or services. And he did call it to find out about food delivery. And I actually didn't. Yeah, I didn't tell him about that you can find about food deliveries. But yeah, he utilized it for that, and they told him about a school nearby, walking distance from him, and that he can get free food. And I was following up with him, and he was saying that he got the meals, but it was too salty for him. So I gave him other reference resources that he can check out. He This person claimed that he didn't know that there are num- numbers that he can call for food delivery. I live in Manhattan, and many people here in New York City, in the center of the city, Manhattan, they have food deliveries. And I told him about two places, Fresh Direct, that have it's like a market, and they deliver your food. They sell everything, and even soups, because this person was saying that they lost their appetite. They lost over 10 pounds in a week. Yeah, now it's a week that they've been sick. So less than a week, he lost 10 pounds, which is not good. Um, so I feel sorry for this person, and so what I'm angry at about this person is that they had implemented some changes in my mom's house, and I've been trying to, I'm a backup for this individual, that when they can't go and take care of her, make sure she gets her meds, they call on me to do it. And so I go. And I told this person, I said, look, I'll do this for you because you do a lot for this our parent, and I want to help you out. So I thought there was a communication, you know, but I discovered that they had put something in that house. And in the past, it did make mention that they have this device in the house. And I thought it was a good idea in case this person falls. You don't know that she had fallen. Well, they put it in and then told me that two other people know about it, that they were notified. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I listened carefully. Four people know about this, but I wasn't even told about this. And I would figure I am, would be an essential person to at least know about it. They don't have to have me involved in it, but because I'm closely linked to this person who uh, asked me to help them when they can't do it, and I guess the maybe vulnerability, because if this thing is on, um, things could be a little embarrassing. So I became angry. And I did tell the person how I felt about them, that um, I was upset with them, upset with the information, and that I thought we had a better communication. And um, they told me, well, it's none of your concern. And I said, it's my concern. When push comes to shove, you call on me. And so it would be, necessary for me to know. Um, I felt again it's another slap in the face, as usual. And I told them that, you know, that is, I'm not sure if I used the term two faced, but I conveyed the message behind that when these other people are involved, that I'm cut off and you showing that you respect them over me, yet I'm the one that's your backup. And you can't call on those other people to assist you, but you call on me. So, what you're hearing with me is sibling rivalry, jealousies, and a power game. And I'm very angry. And the person told me, it's not a good time. Well, it probably wasn't. But I told us I want to tell you to your face, and that when you do this, and here I do things for you, and felt badly. I said, and I reminded them. I said, look, I'm doing all this for you because I feel badly for you, and that I care about you. But now you're not showing that you care about me. It's like he's um, liking the attention, loving the attention that he's sick, and but not. You know what it reminds me of? I have a friend who was abandoned as a baby, as an infant, newborn, and they were placed in foster care for many years. The person did find out who their biological mother was, and as an adult, they knew about each other, and she knew where this person lived. And one day she had gone over to her mother, and the mother asked this friend, so a former friend of mine, to deliver an envelope to this place. And she was an inquisitive person. And she opened it up, the content, and so was an insurance policy. And the mother did not put the insurance policy in that friend's name, but in another sibling that is younger. She was the firstborn, but the mother did keep the other child. I don't know how many years apart they are. It's a slap in the face. And she said, after that, she's dead in my eyes. Yeah, and I understand that. And that's how I kind of feel that there is an expectancy. And it's not, um, I don't want it to be about things. It is about the human heart. And you're hoping that, you know, you know, when you're younger, you're foolish. You might have done foolish things. And you hope, as you get older, you get wiser and, forgiveness and all things like that. But it's another slap in the face, and nothing really changed. Nothing really changed in my household either. So people are being who they are, and I've never done harm to this person, but I see this person is a real snake. They, in fact, I was just really surprised because, see, this person had told me all, maybe 2 years ago how this and that person they're against, and there was a rivalry. Oh, but all of a sudden now they're all buddy buddies. And one even said, "Oh, I'll pray for you." This person, other person, doesn't have a religious bone or ethics in their body. And I'm saying, this script couldn't get better. So you're getting someone who's acting religious now, that is a pervert of perverts, and but now they're all like contacting him, and I think this person loves it. But see, I I thought I was helping him because I feel badly for this person. And I don't want this person to die. And when he texted us that he was had to call 911, I was so frightened. I started to get anxiety attack. And I had a bad dream. It's stressful. And you think after all that, showing concern and contacting him, making sure he's okay, and then doing research for him and getting him resources so he could get food and everything. I was even going to go to his house to cook meals for him. I really feel badly for him. And then, boom, he's going to exclude me from this important information. And also, he excluded me from when they were interviewing people to watch over my mom because the former person left last year, this time, a year ago. And so I said, help do the research for you and get the information in places that for you to get another person to replace them. And it took all day for me to do it. And then I contacted him to give him the information. Oh, I don't need it right now. Just real nonchalant like that. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. How could you not need that person? But you just had somebody and they had to leave. They were there for, was a half a year? So all of a sudden now you don't need them. See, I think it's all about money. They don't want to spend the money for the help. But they were going to use somebody who's a so-called friend of a friend that's a real um, um, SOB. And then it turned out this person had was unethical. They demonstrated something that was very um, show possible criminal activity, and they did make the good decision and not hire this person. But they excluded me from that process. Other family members were there and saw the person and interviewed. Were in the room at the time of the interview, but they didn't tell me about it so that I could be there. Wouldn't it be important? Because if I have to be a backup and I would have to deal with this person, wouldn't it have been considerate that I be part of the process, at least there? Yet ultimately they make the decision and not me. But the fact that I'm there, I mean that I am used as a backup, and I would uh, eventually have to meet this person. But no, but other people knew about it. Yeah, I think that's the other thing that concerned me. There were other people that knew about it, and it's almost embarrassing that I think a relative even knew about it. So it's like embarrassing. This relative knew about it, and not me. Remember when Mrs. Keel had died? This other uh, relative by marriage knew about it before I did. I wasn't even told. That person called me. I think they called me. Or I could have called them because I was anxious. I had just gone home and my fish had died on me. I think I went to call this relative, and she said, "Hey, by the way, so and so died." I said, "What? See that?" So I feel it's a lack of respect. And they can't just say, even though they were throwing in my face, "Oh, well, you said in the past such and such." I said, "That was the past, and I have since then come to you." I said, "Look, let me know." And the fact that I was visiting this person who had died in the hospital, so it's not like I was hiding from them and didn't want to see it or be a part of the process, the grieving process. I was there by that person's bedside twice. And he saw me the second time I was there. I was there. So it's all a power game. That's what I see. That there's petty power games. And I need to learn how to navigate in it so it doesn't consume me. I see I have um, very insensitive and very immature people, and it's something. I even notified another family member to let them know what's going on. I called and I text messaged them and never got a call back. Never. So it's like, what do you do? Did they get the message? Hey, are they alive? I did go on their social media uh, info, and yeah, they're making posts, so I know they're alive. So again, it's a lack of respect, and that sometimes that individual had even said to me, "Oh, I love you." They called up like 3 years ago. I just want to tell you I love you, and then I just said, "Oh well, don't call me. If you need contact, just instant message me on Facebook." And when you contact them on it, Facebook, they don't want to dialogue. So it's again baloney. So this is just for to share what's going on, to share what's in my heart. What's in my heart is hurt, and just revealing that, you know, with sibling rivalry, what is when you're young stays the same, even when you're much older. I hope in this process, these final years, I hope I keep it together with regard to my mom and siblings. So I just ask for the universe for mercy over me so I can keep it together. Yeah, I thank you, universe, now for any hope provided to me. I really wish all of my family well and give me the wisdom how deep I should really go in helping them. I know spiritually it's always good to help people, but you know, you're human too and have feelings. And I don't want to expose myself to hurt. Some hurt, you know, you don't take it too seriously because you know that they're mentally incapacitated. So you don't take it too personal. But you know, here I take things personal. So I see that sunrise is approaching, and it's another day. So I thank you, universe, for another sunrise. And when sunset arrives in my peripheral, uh, it's just a part of life. Peace, love, and joy to the listeners of this video. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye bye, all.